Namaste and hello. This is your Sanskrit instructor welcoming you back into lesson number 157. In this lesson, we will learn how to decline a noun ending with a consonant. We have three examples, one in the masculine, one in the feminine, and one in the neuter. The reason why we are declining them simultaneously is because, as we have learned from the previous video, the case endings are the same between the masculine and the feminine, and the neuter is just like the masculine and feminine except for the nominative, accusative, and vocative cases. So the masculine example is marut, which means wind. The feminine example is vach, which means speech. And the neuter example is jagat, which means world. All of them are examples of nouns that end with a consonant. If you take a quick glance at the declensions, you may notice that the endings are not exactly the same. Every time when we were declining a noun that ends in a vowel, all we had to do was drop the vowel and add the case endings. As you can see, these are a bit different. The reason why they are a bit different is because even though the case endings are the same, especially between the masculine and the feminine genders, the consonant sandhis are applying, which is causing that change. So three things to consider before declining a noun that ends in a consonant are as follows. The final consonant of a stem remains unchanged before case endings beginning with vowels. The final consonant of the stem follows the rules of consonant sandhi before case endings beginning with a consonant. And last but not least, neuter nouns in the nominative, accusative, and vocative plural insert a nasal before the case ending I of the nominative, accusative, and vocative plural. So memorization would not be the best thing to do. It would not be the most productive thing to do for these types of nouns. By all means, it's okay for nouns that end with a vowel, but for consonants, because you have to consider both the case endings and you need to understand the sandhi, having an understanding of the consonant sandhi is what will get you by in declining these types of nouns. So let us start with declining marut, the masculine example of nouns that end in a consonant, and marut means wind. Nominative, singular, dual, and plural, we have marut, marutau, marutaha. Accusative, singular, dual, and plural, we have marutam, marutau, marutaha. Instrumental, singular, dual, and plural, we have maruta, marudbhyam, and marudbhihi. Notice the change. Dative, singular, dual, and plural, we have marute, marudbhyam, and marudbhyaha. Ablative, singular, dual, and plural, marutaha, marudbhyam, and marudbhyaha. Genitive, singular, dual, and plural, marutaha, marutohu, and marutam. Locative, singular, dual, and plural, we have maruti, marutohu, and marutsu. And vocative, singular, dual, and plural, we have he marut, he marutau, and he marutaha. Now for feminine, singular, dual, and plural, we have our example noun is vach, and that means speech. So for a nominative, and that's the feminine is all in the red. So for nominative, singular, dual, and plural, vach becomes vak, vacho, and vachaha. Accusative, singular, dual, and plural, vacham, vacho, vachaha. Instrumental, singular, dual, and plural, we have vacha, vagbhyam, and vagbhihi. Notice the change. Dative, singular, dual, and plural. Vache, vagbhyam, vagbhyaha. Ablative, singular, dual, and plural. Vachaha, vagbhyam, vagbhyaha. Genitive, singular, dual, and plural. Vachaha, vachohu, vacham. Locative, singular, dual, and plural. Vachi, vachohu, and vakshu. And vocative, singular, dual, and plural. We have he vak, he vacho, and he vachaha. For jagat, singular, dual, and plural. So notice the third step, neuter nouns in the nominative, accusative, and vocative plural insert a nasal before the case ending E. Notice in the previous video for the neuter case endings, we learned that for the plural, the case ending is short E. But we have to add a nasal before it, which is exactly what we're seeing here. For nominative and accusative, singular, dual, and plural, we have jagat, jagati, and jaganti. The nasal that is being added is the na for the plural before the short E, jaganti. And then for the vocative, singular, dual, and plural, we have the same concept. We have he jagat, he jagati, and he jaganti. Now let us look at the sandhi rules that applies, and let us have a deeper analysis to the changes that we are seeing in the declensions. So remember the first consonant sandhi we learned, and that was no Sanskrit word can end up with more than one consonant. A final compound consonant must be reduced to its first member. So, for example, nominative singular, we just learned about marut, right? But then when nominative singular, the case ending was sa, so then it ended up becoming maruts. But because of this sandhi rule, the sa had to become reduced, and then we had to end up with marut alone. So that was a change that we saw in the declension. And then another change that we saw is that a final hard consonant becomes soft before a vowel or a soft consonant. This rule applies when the final consonant of a verbal base of a nominal stem is followed by a termination beginning with a soft consonant, except a semi-vowel. So here we were seeing marut and bihi. This, when it can't become marut bihi because it is being followed, this ta, this hard consonant, is coming before a soft consonant. This soft consonant is the pa in bihi. So the ta also had to turn into a soft consonant, and ta ta da, da is the soft consonant for that row for the dentals, so it turns into marud bihi. Okay, and then this rule also applies for marud bhyam and marud bhyaha as well in the declension. That's why we were seeing that change from marut to marud. Now going on to the feminine examples. So remember, a Sanskrit word can only end up with one of the 8 following consonants. Ka, ta, ta, pa, nga, na, ma, or a visarg. So that is why vach had to become vak, because, and it turned into vak because the palatals is a cha. Cha is an example of palatals. That's why it became vak. And then back to this example for hard consonants turning into soft consonants. Vak plus bhyaha turned into vag bhyaha because the ska preceded by the bha had to turn into the ga, which is the soft consonant for the gutturals. Ga, ka, ga. That is why we saw the same change for vag bhyam and vag bhyaha and vag bhihi. So this is an analysis of the declension, and this is your Sanskrit instructor signing off with a namaste.